This is Craft Room Crash, and I'm outside DIYer Jen Cushman's house in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, this mixed media artist says her quirky, artsy, funky aesthetic goes into everything she designs. So let's go crash her craft room and find out what Jen's making today. Hey, Jen!
Hey, Jane, how you doing?
I am so excited to be here to see you. This is the craft room.
Jen Cushman, I make, I teach, I write.
So this room, I love the spaciousness of it. I mean, do you ever just come in here and come on.
Monday through Friday, I'm in my studio and I am making. I'm doing more like this.
Oh, you're like,
you know what I mean? Yeah. I can't believe this is my job. Like, seriously. These are vintage dress forms and I've just been collecting them. So that's my addiction. I love vintage buttons. I love vintage lace.
Who doesn't love a pile of buttons?
Anything that has had a life lived before is what I'm really interested in. It's amazing.
Wow.
Brooches, rhinestone, and glitter. I collect this stuff because they're already telling stories. It's just my job to bring out the story.
Let me put this away, and then I want to dive into your makerspace because I'm looking right at it and I know that we've got a fun day ahead of us. All right, Jen, so I love the craft room. As a matter of fact, I did see that you have a sink.
I do have a sink.
Like, that's the best ever.
Well, you kind of have to have a sink in your craft room.
Well, you have to, but most people don't. They're like running to the bathroom to like wash their paintbrushes. Okay, I really want to dive into this. We are going to make this cuff, but you're upcycling some belts.
I really like taking old belts and reimagining them in a whole new way. What you want to do is you just want to take your cuff and you want to cut it for, let me see, give me a wrist, girlfriend. Jewelry is one of the easiest things for me to just kind of whip out. It's what I love. It's easy for me to do. We do want to just make it look a little bit not like...
So special, you're just using regular old scissors.
Oh my gosh, sharp scissors. So just round it just a tiny little bit. So now what I want to do is I just want to go ahead and sand some of that down and get some life into that baby, right?
That's awesome.
So just a little bit there.
Can I do it?
Easy. You sand away, girlfriend. Pretty super
look at
easy.
that.
I know.
Wow. You can change the texture and the look of this.
You can. And once you sand it, you've really created a primer space that you can go back and add paint or other kinds of stuff on there too. So you've just created a substrate. That's an official art term, right?
Woo, substrate.
So
you is smart.
You is kind.
Not only a craft,
smart.
And it's soft.
So you can do a button.
What about this one?
So that's a really cool one, but it doesn't have the hole in it. So now what I want to do is I'm going to take this, and we're going to create a hole for it.
Now, so people that would be scared to create a hole like me, what, this is, you just get the block?
This is a block of wood, you know, again, just from outside, and then you have your trusty little rotary drill. So
that's it.
You know, drilling and fire will change your life. Seriously. I would take my torch on the road if I could.
If you could get through TSA, you're
exactly. So here we go. So basically what you want to do is you've got to create a pilot hole, because if you don't, your drill's going to walk all over the place. So
wait, so that's what it does?
So
it just creates
it creates a little pilot hole.
Let me ask you, this is a really thick piece of metal. It's like magic.
It is. So now what you want to do is you just want to make sure you have that.
What about goggles?
You want to, goggles are good. I don't have them right here, but goggles are really good. So cover your eyes.
Okay.
Okay. Voila. So now what I have to do is I've got to get my cuff and I've got to drill a hole right in the center there. Because of these magic little rivets, all you have to do is just start layering, and then you just screw that right down, and then you want to make sure you get it nice and tight on there.
So this would seriously hurt my wrist.
Yeah, you have to cut this off. Okay. So now you got to be safe when you're cutting. You want to make sure you have a couple of little parts with the screw. Don't worry, I'm not going to get you in the eye.
I mean, things go flying around.
So this is what you do to be safe. Right? So now what I want to do is I need to go over to my steel bench block.
I have a feeling we're using the hammer.
We are using the hammer. But here's the thing. If I were to put this right down on here, I'm going to smash it, right?
Yeah, what do you do?
So now what I want to do is I want to make sure I have the bench block, so when I hit, I've got a nice strong surface, but I just want to take a towel and put that down, and then the towel
and it's really not going to hurt it. This is a little towel.
So I'll go ahead and hit it with the flat part first, and then I'll come back with the ball peen, and then I'm just going to keep riveting. And then you kind of tap like north, south, east, west, and you just rivet it down. So we want to drill on this side. This is for the button. And now the last thing to do is to just take a little piece of ribbon and then voila, look at your cuff.
Wow, this is so cool. So we used an old belt.
Old brass stampings.
That's a button.
A drill.
And we've got this really cool cuff. Thanks so much to Jen from Creative Juices Studio. Now we know how to upcycle our old jewelry into statement pieces we can wear today. That's what Jen is doing in her craft room. What are you doing in your craft room? Oh, and don't forget, happiness is handmade because Brad Pitt doesn't know your name yet. Does he know your name?
No, but I'm hoping so.
I know.
Pretty soon.
He doesn't. But anyway, this is really cool.